Paul Marsh here on Express. Now, it's not very often that I get to use the word legend in an interview. In fact, the last time I think I used the word legend was when I spoke to football manager Neil Warnock around about 6 months ago, and I said legendary football manager Neil Warnock. Well, I'm going to use it again because I am with legendary broadcaster Vanessa Feltz.
I don't know what to say. As a legend, how are you meant to respond to such a beautiful introduction? That is very kind of you. I'm absolutely overawed and humbled at that description. Of course, it's not true, but it's very, very sweet of you to say, and I do appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. Lots of love to you and all your gorgeous and lovely listeners, of course.
Vanessa, it's more than generous. Honestly, legendary. I mean, we'll get into this later, but I used to get up early in the mornings and listen to you for many a year. Many a year.
Did you really?
I 100% genuinely, yeah. On the motorway at 5 o'clock in the morning, listening to you and your show. But we're not here to talk about that just yet. There is something else that we do want to talk about. And this is also actually a subject that's close to my heart as well. We want to talk about lunchtime limbos and reclaiming our lunchtimes because it's been announced that a third of workers never even venture outside during their workday.
That's absolutely right. So that's exactly what the survey and all the research has found. And I know why we do it. We do it because we're hardworking, we're conscientious, we don't want anyone to think that we're slacking, you know, and also it's partly because sometimes we can't be bothered either. We just think, all right, might as well work on through, why not? And we're just toiling away. And we're under the impression that we're giving it our best shot, we're doing our best work, we're on our A game and all of that because we're not taking any breaks. Anyway, what all this research has found is that that's not the case. And what actually happens is if you don't take a break, you don't take a lunch hour, you don't shake it up at all, you just keep your head down and stick at your desk and, you know, probably have a couple of sandwiches, which you chew without even tasting them as you carry on doing your work. What really happens is that as the afternoon unfolds, you get absolutely knackered. You get terribly bored. You get quite boring as well because, you know, you're tired and you're lacking energy. And, you know, you think you're showing all this productivity and creativity. You're not doing anything of the sort. You're just actually bumbling on through in a rather miserable way. And if you were to take an actual lunch hour, it doesn't have to be a whole hour if you really can't squeeze it in. But if you were to take some actual time for yourself to go outside, get some vitamin D, get some sun or rain or hailstones on your face, talk to a friend, listen to some music you like, have a walk, you know, mooch around the shops, you know, whatever it is you want to do, sit on a bench in the park. It does do you the world of good. It's fabulous for your mental health and equilibrium. And I have teamed up with Gosh. They're the people that make Gosh foods. You know, those plant-based foods.
Yes,
like,
yes.
They're really nice, like beetroot falafel and cauliflower burgers and pakora, sweet potato pakora, those sorts of things. I'm not pretending to be a vegetarian or a vegan. I'm not one. I'm a carnivore. I like meat. I like fish. But I do also feel that sometimes it's a good idea to eat plant-based foods, just, you know, for the sake of the planet, the environment and all that kind of a thing. And these are quite nice. And, you know, if you get used to eating your cheese and pickle sandwich every single day, or your pot noodle, it's quite nice to have a bit of a break occasionally and give your taste buds a bit of a jolt and eat something, you know, spicy and different. The thing I like about them is you don't have to cook them. You just eat them straight out the packet. And, you know, Nigella Lawson even said yesterday that she's absolutely sick of chopping onions. She doesn't want to go anywhere near the kitchen ever again. And I couldn't agree with her more. I brought up 2 children and I've got 4 grandbabies. And I'm very happy to be absolved from having to do any washing up or go anywhere near the kitchen, quite frankly. So all of this, I think, works out well. You grab one of these nice packets of food, you go for a walk or whatever it is with a mate or on your own, you recharge massively. And by the time you get back to work in the afternoon, you're a nicer version of yourself and you give the best possible work you can. And I think that makes sense to me anyway. Does it make sense to you?
100%. And especially what you were saying about with the food as well, because I eat a lot of vegan food. I love meat, I have to say that, same as you. But I eat a lot of vegan food because I found out recently that I have some intolerances and I'm gluten and dairy intolerant. So I have to have a lot of vegan food and products because of that. So that works out absolutely perfectly. And also the reason why I mentioned that this is a very personal thing to me is because my wife has a very high-powered, important job. I can't say what she does, but she has a high-powered, important job. And quite often she'll be up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning working, and she won't stop until 8, 9 o'clock at night. and she doesn't get a lunch break, and she won't take a lunch break. And I've said to her before exactly the same as what you've just said. Take 30 minutes for yourself, leave the office, just go for a walk around. If you've got a sandwich or a wrap or whatever it is, something on the go, take a walk around. It's getting out of the office, isn't it? It's having that separation for 30 minutes or so.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely. All of that is absolutely true. If you can just, and I know it sometimes feels as if you're slacking, you're not really putting your shoulder into it, and all that kind of thing. But it turns out it isn't true. And tell your wife, it's not just my opinion. It's the opinion of all the different scientists and doctors who've combined to do this research, for your mental health equilibrium and to maximize productivity and really, really deliver, which is what we all want to do. You do need a break, and she should take a break. She should definitely factor it into her day. It doesn't have to be a whole hour if she can't squash in an hour, but half an hour outside will make the world of difference. And eating some nice food that she hasn't had to cook will be even nicer too.
I will let her know that her ladyship Vanessa Feltz said that, and she has to take notice.
What's her name?
Sam Marsh.
Sam Marsh, listen, your husband loves you. He only wants the best for you. You've got to go outside at lunchtime.
There you go, sorted. Hopefully she'll take note, because she won't listen to me. She'll never listen to her husband.
She better listen to me.
Vanessa, like I said to you, I used to listen to you early mornings on the radios, and obviously you've now changed and you're doing later spots on talk radio and talk TV. So that leaves that lunch spot open for you, does it?
That's right, exactly. I'm now doing a daily show 4 till 7 on Talk TV, and that means I can have lunch with friends.
Hey,
I can go and do my garden, which is what I'm about to do any second now, between now and going off to work, which is in about 3/4 of an hour. I'm going to squeeze in a good 20 minutes in the garden, and I'm going to have a couple of beetroot falafel to fuel me on my way.
Oh, it sounds lovely. How's that change been from being all perky and chipper in the morning for everybody when we're getting up, and we thank you for that, to now in the afternoon sort of being able to tell people off and say, well, no, this is what you need to be doing, and this is right and this is wrong, and really giving what you think.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's lovely to have a change of career at any stage, and it's great to have a whole new challenge in a different place, different time of day. And I must say, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm having a wonderful time. Thank you for asking.
Well, Vanessa, I'm absolutely in awe of you. Like I say, I think you are just a legendary broadcaster. From all the way through to, Big Breakfast in the early days, and then Radio 2 and Radio London and now Talk TV.
Oh, thank you.
I'm doing my "We're Not Worthy" bow right now. I know we can't hear this on the radio, but
that's very kind of you. I really appreciate it. That's very, very nice. Thank you. Made me feel great. Thank you very much.
Vanessa,
love to you and all your listeners as well, and your wife.
Thank you so much for talking to me, Vanessa. Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy your garden.
Bye, sweetheart. Thank you. Bye. Bye.